Today we're talking about superheroes and can one man make a difference? I was rewatching Daredevil by Ben Affleck. I think I liked this one when he played Daredevil, then when he played Bruce Wayne in the new Superman versus Batman, and uh, and this one I was see when I watch movie now it's very different from before. When I watch movies now, I'm looking for ways that can because movies all have good things to say, like good quotes or good lines that they have said, and we can use that into our life, and we can because it's their thinking, right? And I wrote some of the things down, and I wrote the things that I think that could be useful for us. Now, back in the day in middle school, I remember this. My friend, we were on the bleachers in the gym, right? And he was telling me because in the gym they pull out the bleachers, and in the gym I remember I was sitting next to him. He was like, "Yeah, man, I went to watch Electra." And the only reason why he went to see Electra, because she thought she was hot, and I was like, in my head I was like, and he was saying that, and as he was saying that, and I was thinking, hold up. So after he said that, and he's like, it wasn't even that good. And I was like, what? So basically, you're going to watch Electra. What? That made no damn sense. I was like, at that time, I was like, man, I don't think I will watch because she was hot. I'm watching it because it's superhero. I did watch Electra. I forgot all the scenes, but I think there was one scene where they have like weird monsters, and they were. I don't remember. Did she had a staff? I can't remember. Anyway, I don't remember. It's been a long time. But in this one, this movie introduced me many things. Right. It introduced me into the songs. Evanescence, My Immortal. I love that song. Back in the day, I love that song. And the Bring Me to Life, right? You can just blast that movie song, Bring Me to Life. And I remember my friends, both of my friends, they love Evanescence, My Immortal. I remember my friend say, our friend, sing that in the shower, and I think he cried, and I was like, okay. Evanescence is a beautiful song. It's a sad song, but it's a beautiful song, and it played that in the Daredevil when her father, Elektra, her father died because a bullet. No, not bullet. Bullseye, right? Bullseye. He used Daredevil because they got into a fight. Daredevil and Bullseye got into a fight, and then what happened is Daredevil, I think, throw his weapon at Bullseye or something, or I forgot what happened. Anyway, he got the weapon of Daredevil and he threw it, and Daredevil tried to catch it, but he didn't because some ripple effect or some explosion happened or something, I can't remember, and it hit her dad, and she wanted revenge, and she started practicing in her house, and she had like fucking bags in her house, and she was using Psy, and now it introduced me in the world of the weapon Psy. If you know what Psy is, it's like fucking three forks, and you hold them. It's pretty cool. It's like, oh yeah, it's like what's his name? Raphael, right? Raphael had the Psy, right? The forks, and you can flip them. And so I have them in my room. I have Psy in my room because I think it's cool. And so in the beginning, um, he so there's each heroes, right? And I was at so in the beginning he said can uh, his name is Mac Murdock. He said can one man make a difference? There are days when I believe, other when I have lost all faith. And toward the end he said, now I have faith that everything is possible. And some days faith is all you need. As for Daredevil, well, soon the world know the truth that this is a city born of heroes, that one man can make a difference. Now I was thinking about each heroes, right? Because I was listening to Jason David Frank video on Instagram. It's very motivating and encouraging. And he said in his video, he said, uh, Jason David Frank, he played Green Ranger, White Ranger, right? Power Rangers. And he's like, I relate to a lot of people. Sometimes people look, oh, well, you're a superhero. I wouldn't share this side of you. And I'm like, superheroes have heart and superheroes have problems. And a thing. Well, I kind of mess up, so it's fine. A real superhero is the one that shared that with the world, and that's where I'm at right now in my life. So that's very beautiful because that's very motivating for me. That I was looking at why do we like superhero, right? Some people like it for the power. Some people like flying abilities or Goku Super Saiyan turning blind, right? And go. But for me, I why do I? It's like this, right? I used to love Smallville, right? Smallville is like my thing because my friend introduced that to me long when I was a kid, and I love. Okay, I have a confession to make. I think Tom Welling is the hottest Superman, hottest Clark Kent there ever will be. I don't care about the old Superman. Okay, so Christopher Reeve was good Superman, but I fucking believe that Tom Welling was the best, okay, at what he did. Now, you look at the show Smallville. He may have power. He may went all through this thing, but he went to trials and tribulations and every like he okay. Think about this, right? Because I was watching my favorite scene in Smallville where the love of his life found out that who he is because Chloe already found out Clark Kent power, but Lana Lang um, was about to get married, and what ended up happening is she trapped. I guess she planted a trap or something for Chloe, her friend, and trap her and locked her inside this wine thingy. And Clark Kent had to save her and break the thing. And I will say that. And, but then I was thinking about why do we like superhero? For me, I like superhero because they have strong morality. They have strong ethic. They stand for something good. And that's why we like superheroes because they stand for something good. Because each human being stand for something good, right? Think about it. There's reason why villains become villains and there's why heroes become heroes in all superhero movies, right? Villain become villain because they have so much pain and they want to use that to hurt other people because they lash out because they suppress while hero express, right? Hero are the one who express through their pain and suffering. That's why in all superhero that we see, whether it's Power Rangers, Superman, something, Batman, for a great example, right? Daredevil in this one and Batman have similar theme to them, is that Daredevil, Matt Murdock, his father was killed, right? His father, I think he was a boxer, and he didn't do what they want, so he ended up dead. So as a kid, he saw his father got murdered or something, and the justice system didn't do anything good. So Matt Murdock become a lawyer. By day, he's a lawyer trying to fight the system, but the system won't let him. So he become a vigilante. By night, Daredevil. So he starts seeking out justice, right? Vigilante, and also it's the same thing as Green Arrow, right? I love Green Arrow or Arrow, right? Um, when I was watching Arrow, my brother introduced me to Arrow. It was great. It was so motivating when he fucking work out, when he's fucking like fighting and shit. He fell in love of he have pain too. He fell in love with the love of his life, Laurel, and I forgot where she came. I can't remember the name, man. Anyway, that all superheroes, even Oliver Queen in Arrow has problem, right? And Clark Kent has problem, and all superhero has problem, and these problem that they have define who they are, like the suffering. See, also Bruce Wayne. Think about this. I was watching Batman, the old Batman, and the Batman Begin, right? Batman Begin, he's a billionaire, right? While Batman in the show, he was a millionaire. That's a big difference. It's weird. And the Batmobile was different from Batman in like 19 something movie. It was very different. So Daredevil and Batman or Bruce Wayne or Mark, they're all similar, right? Batman, he got killed by his not his parents got killed. So what ended up happening? He want justice, so I guess he seek out and try to do the same thing, because they're all by pain and suffering. So they use that pain and suffering to save humanity or save people from hurting. But the villain, same problem, different mindset. They use that problem to hurt other people, to kill, but all expressed in different ways. And so I wanted you to read this from the show Smallville. So he was saving Chloe. Clark Kent, I better go. Chloe, wait, that's it? You feel your dams in distress? Quote for today, and you're gonna walk away? Clark Kent. Chloe, what am I supposed to do? Chloe, I guess always you figure you sweep at the last minute and save the day, but you're not gonna do that. Clark Kent, if Lana didn't want to marry Lex, she wouldn't. Chloe, yeah, but Lana isn't my hero, Clark. You are, and the whole idea you have is that you're giving up the person you totally love. Clark Kent, I'm protecting her. Chloe, good job. She's marrying a monster. She's going to be trapped in a loveless life. Clark Kent, do you think this is easy for me? Chloe, you think it's easier than getting hurt, Clark. You don't hesitate to run to a burning building or jump into a flying bullet or something of that nature, flying bullet, because nothing can penetrate that iron flesh of yours. The one time saving Lana, putting your heart on the line, the man of steel is nowhere to be found. Clark Kent, giving up Lana is the hardest thing I ever had to do in my life. If you don't know that, you don't know me very well. And I think that we do, like superheroes, whatever heroes we look up to, they have hard days like we do. I think that too many people pretend that they don't have problems when, people think that in the law of attraction community or spiritual community or whatever, they think that it's all love and light, that you should run away from darkness, you should run away from those things. But those things help you shape who you are and why you do what you do. Every problem, every pain that you ever have, that's why you do what you do. If I didn't have the pain or problem that I had trying to figure out, the way how the law of attraction and other things, I wouldn't be doing this. And because of that, I suffer so much that I don't want other people to suffer. So my mind and my thoughts are different from all the other spirituality people, because when you're stuck inside the subject of law of attraction and spirituality, you don't see there's a way that's a very different perspective. So you end up, because confirmation bias filter out other things that aren't congruent to your values, to your belief. But there are days that people that there are days we don't have enough. Like Daredevil said, there are days that he loses faith, and sometimes there are days that I lose faith in myself. That can I really do the things that I want to do to change somebody I love for better? Because it's a long process, and it's the mindset. It's like you have this big vision, that you have this big goal of yours, and you want to put that out into the world, and you're doing, and I want to do this for the good of mankind, because it's the right thing to do, and it's always it's how I feel, right? And since I watch too much of superhero movies, and so I guess that's a expression in my projection, and there are days that I have hard time. And that's the thing that I want to get people in their heads, is that it's like people want to talk about vibrations and stuff, like, yes, that's true. But there are days that, like, I get into my head too much or something. And see, most people in the law of attraction talk about self-love and self-care, but you have to do both, right? There are days that you have to be hard on yourself, gentle on yourself. You have to see what matters, right? That the thing that you care about, you have to be like, if you're willing to work on a goal or a dream or something that is really important to you, You have to be hard on yourself to get the things that you want to do done. No video, no message, no vision's gonna come if you're not gonna put tough things on yourself and you do the things that make you want to do it. And there are things that you should be gentle. But I think also that we are too harsh on yourself sometimes, and I do this most of the time. I beat myself out down. But there are times that I believe in my vision, my goals, and what I'm trying to do. And most of the things, like most quotes, some quotes I don't believe in, uh, or some things that I believe in and I stand for it strongly, and that's my strong morality, right? So I stand up for what I believe in. You have to stand for what you believe in, right? And if you don't stand for something, you're gonna fall for something else, right? And you have to be committed to your vision, even when days are not working. That somehow, some way, that you can pull this off, and if you lose faith, right? So yes, that's why I admire Clark Kent. Now, I'm going to tell you about Clark Kent that I fell in love with. I fell in love with Clark Kent. Most people don't know this. He's fucking hot. Now, most people are talking about, Johnny, why are you talking about? Look, Clark Kent from, played by Christopher Reeve in, like, Superman, the old Superman, while the new Superman with Smallville, Clark Kent is fucking hot. Tom Welling, when he played that, whew, it's like when Clark Kent, when he first saw Lana in high school, and he tripped. Now, most people think he tripped because he liked her. No, he tripped because Lana has fucking kryptonite. And Clark Kent, big weakness is fucking kryptonite. And yeah, there are days that you want to give up on your vision. That's like that's hard, man. When you're putting effort in your vision, trying to make it to come true, it's hard. And days that you might not believe that. And some days I might not believe that, and it's hard for me. And sometimes I break down. It's okay. Most people said you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't share that. Well, I'm not perfect. I have flaws. It's like people think. Okay, let me tell you a secret. Like, people don't know. Sometimes I beat myself up. No, not emo thing, but the thing that what made me drive me to do this, because I want to see that a better world can like the ideas, the thing that I say can change not only the world, change me and change you, right? And that these problems that we have, like, we should make our vision bigger than our problems. We can get through the problem, but we need to do the thing that we really care about and be committed, because everything else is secondary. But everything that matters to us should be the purpose and drive that get us where we want to go, right? And we don't want to live a soulless, lifeless life. That we don't want to live a life full of regrets that so many of us have, but because we didn't do the thing that meant for us. And so we don't express that. We don't give it our best. There are days that I don't want to give my best, but I still go and do what I need to do. So that's my thoughts today. That you and I, we all share the same different dreams, different vision, but in common, we do have problems, and we love superheroes, right? We love watching that. Now, most people it's like, Johnny, you're like, why you are always surrounded thinking about superheroes or, all these things? Because when you lose that sense of playfulness, that like where the adults see vision, it's kind of playful, right? You have to play with it. The vision that you have to play with your vision, because you're going towards it, right? So you have to play with creativity, imaginary things. Otherwise, because think about this, right? Your vision, people don't have vision, they aren't creative, they're not playful. They lose that sensitivity, they lose that sense of fire in their gut and soul. So to end up living a life of problem that they don't want to have. Choose the problem that you want to have and go after the vision that you want to live. That's it.